What was that? What up, people? It's your boy Chig, back at Chig Flicks, giving you a movie review for Gemini. Excuse me, Gemini man. um, I saw this very early, very early. Managed to see this film. For a brief second, I was looking forward to this film. I really was. I thought the concept was intriguing, but it was one of those sort of concepts, and I thought this at the time, that, okay, the concept's cool, but is the execution going to be good? Is the execution going to be top notch? And then I saw the director was the director from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and I thought, okay, because visually, I never rated that movie the way others did. I didn't think it was as amazing as people said it was. But the one thing I will say, it was shot beautifully. And I am also, very unpopular opinion coming up, I was one of the few people that actually liked Hulk 3, the very first Hulk in 2003, that is, for Marvel. 2003's version over 2008's version. Didn't like the 2008 or 2009, whenever it was shot. Didn't like that Hulk. But it's weird because I thought Ed Norton did better as Hulk, but I preferred the film of the first one. Very unpopular opinion, I know. But I did. I thought it was a much better film. It just felt a bit dreary, the Hulk. I mentioned Hulk because the director from the 2003 movie is the same director. I'm not going to butcher his name, but it is the same director. So I was going into this with with a little bit of optimism. I thought to myself, okay, Big Will, you are making a film in anticipation. You've not had a particularly good run of films, I would say, the last 5-6 years. But you are making a film in January that I've been looking forward to for 17 years. Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys, for those of you who doesn't know, is my favourite film ever. So let me get back onto the Will Smith ride, and I will go into this with a lot of enthusiasm. I'm your market, because I've liked Will forever. Not necessarily for the last 5-6 years, but I've loved Will forever. Not just as an actor, as a rapper. Yes, you damn Skippy. Boom, boom, shake, shake the room is still one of my favorite freaking songs of all time. So, and getting jiggy with it. Come on, Chiggy, Jiggy. I'm gonna love that song. What happened here, bro? What happened here? Positives. Let's talk about positives. I thought the cast were quite good. I quite like Benedict Wong. For those of you who doesn't know, he was in Doctor Strange. He is Doctor Strange's closest ally in that movie. And I always thought he was very good in the Marvel world, in the MCU generally. I think he's a very underutilized character. I think he has very subtle character traits, very subtle humor. And I like it. I like his presence. And I thought he worked pretty well with Will. Will Smith, I thought, was excellent as he usually is, fronting a film. Who's the chick again? Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You damn Skippy, I had to check. And I actually really like her, which is why I'm surprised I didn't remember her name, because I remember her in what's it called? Final Destination 3. Yes, I was one of the few people that actually liked most of the Final Destination films. I like annoying teenagers getting slaughtered. Do you know what I mean? By some mysterious figure. So the film always appealed. And yeah, I liked her in that movie. I thought she showed a lot of energy in that movie. I never really watched Fargo, so I'm not going to really talk about that. But she was in one of the Die Hards as well. Always liked her. Always thought she was good looking, good actress. Had no issues with that. And I thought in this film she worked pretty well and closely with Will. The thing I found that let this whole film down heavily was the dialogue. I mean, the dialogue was terrible. It was so bad. It was so bad. Um, Before I get to the bad, I thought the actors were good. I thought the way it was shot was predictably good. I thought obviously the de aging is the big selling point. How good was it? We've seen some excellent de aging from um, the MCU in various different films, from Captain America: Civil War to um, fucking Captain Marvel. So we have seen this before in other movies. And the way going into this movie, they were really heavily sucking their own dick when it comes to, oh look, we are really the shit with our de-aging stuff. Come and look at this. And it was alright. But I think you could tell. There were some shots you could tell. They were clever in a lot of ways, because in a lot of the scenes in which younger Will Smith is in, he's in a lot of dark shots, so you don't quite see the some of the as some of the little faults in the de aging as possible. But listen, technology's come an amazingly long way. So yeah, I think they did well in that regard, and some of the action scenes I thought were very, very good. Here are the problems though. The film was so boring. Like, it was such a cliche. There was nothing clever about the script. Everything from the dialogue to the plot. Like, you can tell, I understand that this script has been passed from director to director for some time, and it shows. You know, it just seems like such an incomplete project, because I think the concept is interesting if you can execute it right. And I can't help but feel like this storyline would have worked a lot better, I don't know, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. Are we still on this cloning thing? I don't know what, I feel like we've moved past this. So that was the disappointing thing for me. I'll be real, I entered this movie hoping it would be good, because Will has struck out a lot lately. A lot. I would say his last 6 films have been terrible. And I really wanted this one to be good. This one was not good. And I'm now worried for Bad Boys 3. I'm going to give this one a D-. Not a great start to the channel for my first review. You guys, if you've seen it by now, let me know what you think. Do you agree? Am I being too harsh? Leave it in the comments below. Please crush that like button for me. As this channel gets older and I grow up more and more, graphics and all this sort of stuff will come up. So forgive the little rawness of this channel at the moment. I'll get there, I promise. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.